Determination. It's what makes us the best that we can be. That's why I've taken about the next 3 weeks to work on the sniper rifle. It hasn't been an easy task. Parts have broken left and right. But I kept on buying the replacement parts needed. And although it's been a tedious task, it's up and running and on its way to becoming a beast. Hey guys, Dylan back here for the first time in, I think, like maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month even. Um, I'm back, guys, with another video. And look who else is back, guys. I got the rifle up and running properly again. I don't actually remember how much I posted on Instagram about this rifle being out of commission, but I ended up breaking up the right hop-up adjustment. And that's the piece on the VSR hop-ups with the lever that has a little pin that actually goes into the hop arm that adjusts it. And that little pin broke off. So I'm like, alright, fine, it's all good. I'm getting a new hop-up chamber coming. I already ordered it, so I'm like, I'll just take it off of that one. Or I'm going to be using that hop-up chamber anyway. So I got that hop-up chamber about a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe later, and it didn't come with a hop-up lever or a hop-up adjustment at all. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought it was going to come with one, but I was kind of just hoping. So that pushes back too, and I'm like fiddling around trying to make. I posted that on Instagram. I tried fiddling around. I bought epoxy and I made a little metal pin. And I tried making that for the new adjuster, and it just was not working out whatsoever. Anything I tried, so I decided, you know what? Let's just. I found some places that carried the part. It was some people had the actual genuine Tokyo Marui parts for the actual not clone VSRs, and they were all out of stock. I couldn't get any from them. So I found shout out to Airsoft GI for actually helping me with this. They didn't really help me, but they had pretty quick shipping. It came in like 3 days. I was so surprised because usually I'd expect it would have been a little bit longer to get here. But it shipped in like 3 days. So yeah, I went on Airsoft GI and I bought myself a Echo 1 M28 hop-up unit, which is basically the same thing. So I'm like, alright, cool, because I knew that one came up with the hop-up adjusters. I'm like, alright, cool, let's use that in here. Well, I wasn't actually going to use the hop-up unit in here, but I got it, and I'm like, I'm just going to use the hop-up adjusters. So I put those in this gun, but as I said, I was going to put the upgraded hop-up chamber in this. And it didn't cooperate with the actual the adjuster. I might be able to like fiddle around with it, but it's actually, I'm going to explain a little bit later in this video, not too much later, but why, if I tried just shimming down the pin and making it fit in the new Lilacs chamber, why it's going to be irrelevant. Now, I never did end up explaining later in the video why it would become irrelevant, but the reason being is because I found a different hop-up chamber that I wanted anyway, that I wanted over the Lilacs that I was supposed to originally upgrade it to. So most of this repair stuff would be kind of irrelevant, but I did not yet order that new hop-up unit. So for the time being, this is going to be kind of my little like makeshift unit. So yeah. But yeah, it was like, and that didn't really work. I didn't want to try breaking the pin that I just got, or the piece that I just got. So I'm like, I'm not going to play with it. I'm just going to put it in the M28 chamber. I'm just going to use the M28 chamber. And the thing with the M28 chamber is that the screw holes on the bottom of the chamber did not match up with the support block, or whatever you want to call that. The piece that is actually underneath the chamber on the outer barrel. It did not match up with those. So I just decided, screw it, let's use the stock chamber. And you know, I might even see if I can try fixing that in this video as I'm showing you guys the upgrade actually and how to do it. But yeah, just nothing was working out. So it's got the stock chamber back in it, but it's got a few pieces from the M28 hop-up chamber. But yeah, that's just a little public service announcement I want to get out of the way. before we actually get into this video. And this is actually going to be a new series I'm starting on the channel. It's going to be just upgrading this. It's going to be a bunch of short videos just to show you guys how to upgrade your VSR. So let's get started. I'm going to pop open this, and I'm going to do a step. This whole series is going to be kind of step by step. It's going to be just record me upgrading it, and there's going to be voiceover. So yeah, let's get started. Also, something else that I'm sure you guys could already tell that I already added to this was my new foregrip. You don't see foregrips often on sniper rifles, which is pretty common sense why, because really you'd be having it propped on a bipod. But I run this as just a strict primary. I can run and gun with it, because as you guys know, I have that straight pull mod. And as I found out today, actually, the straight pull mod, in the combination of not having the trigger guard here, I can just pull this back, forward, and in one swift motion, pull it back, or pull my hand under it and trigger it. And it's pretty quick, and it's pretty nice. But yeah, so having this as a little bit extra support kind of helps. But really what I got it for was, it was kind of a double whammy, because you guys know that these exist. They're the little bipod foregrips, and this is really nice. Got in flat dark earth, because you know, you gotta get your flat dark earth fix. So yep. And yeah, let's continue on with the actual main reason that we're making this. Maybe a little important to point out another little modification I did actually to this itself. When it came in, it had see this nub right here? It had two of those, but as you guys can probably tell, I definitely sanded that down with a fishhook file and some sandpaper, and now it fits, because these were not spaced evenly for some reason, so I had to grind that down so it actually fit on the rail. So now it fits like a dream, and yeah. Alright guys, let's get started with the first thing you're going to want to do is locate your magazine release button, press it, and remove your magazine. What you do is, in order to actually remove the receiver from the stock, next thing you're going to want to do is locate these two takedown pins on the bottom of the rifle, and you want to remove them in order to actually remove the receiver from the stock. I'd be able to do this a lot quicker had I had my tools where they're supposed to be, and could find the correct takedown Allen key that comes with the sniper rifle when you buy it. If you guys look carefully, it's actually in the box, and I missed it. It was underneath that black rag somewhere. So, because I have no clue where I actually put that Allen key at. Did I throw it in here without knowing? I wonder if I left it downstairs. I know where I got my Allen key set here, so we're just going to continue with the video with hopefully no more interruptions. Alright, so let's find the correct Allen key in my handy dandy red box of hex keys. Oh, that one seems to be a little bit small. This one should work, right? No? Too big? What the heck is this? Not fitting. Must be going crazy. It's gotta fit. Not really. Huh. What is this even, dude? That one's too small. I'm not going crazy. What is this? I don't have the right Allen key in this big old set. Let's try this again. Still not gonna work. Wow. Where's my actual Allen? How didn't I see that? Was that in the... Wow. I went downstairs hunting for it because I was dicking around with this earlier, and... boy. Okay, now you're going to want to remove those two takedown screws on the bottom of the stock. Next, we are going to want to remove the receiver from the stock. And then next... oh man, I recorded this in vertical. That's awful. But next we're going to want to remove this screw that is located on the bottom of the receiver that holds in the barrel of the gun. And then you want to remove the screw that is the forwardmost on the accessory rail on top of the receiver. This is also connected to the outer barrel, which holds it into the receiver more securely than just one screw. Then next you can unscrew your outer barrel. Next you are going to want to remove this spring, and then there are two screws. One is in that hole and there's one right there where the spring was. Then you can remove this support block or chamber block, whatever you want to call it. And then next you are going to want to remove this screw, which will then allow you to remove the hop-up adjustment lever. So as I said, after you remove that, remove the hop-up adjustment lever. And then you should be able to freely slide out the inner barrel and the hop-up assembly. Next, you are going to want to disassemble the hop-up assembly, which you will need to remove this screw, not really that screw, and these two screws. There's one more back here that actually keeps the chamber together. Alright guys, I kind of want to just do this part kind of more live than do a voiceover later, because I just kind of want to go through with this. Really, this video is more of a disassembly and reassembly kind of guide, but I also want to show you what I kind of changed here. Obviously, it looks kind of yin-yangy here because this part obviously doesn't go with this one. And that is because, obviously, if you guys understood what I was saying earlier, this right here is actually the part that broke off. This white part, and that little pin right there is what broke when it would adjust on the hop-up arm. This is a really weird looking hop-up arm, by the way. Usually they're a full elliptical shape. This is more of a half one. But yeah, so basically what I changed, this is the base hop-up chamber that came with the Well MB02, but I put in the Echo 1 M28 hop-up arm, BB catch, and both sides of the adjuster. And I also used the bucking that it came with. I had a longer bucking that came with my Laylax, but again, this is basically what optimally would fit with each other. So, yep. Now it's time to show you guys how to reassemble everything now that you guys know what I put into this. And I just want to put the message there that it does now shoot consistently again. It doesn't go all over the place and it has consistent hops, so that's what we're going for. So let's reassemble this thing, guys. I actually added this part in after recording everything. I wanted to just show you guys really quick how to do the Teflon tape mod, which I will be adding to this build. So basically what you want to do is take the Teflon tape and wrap it around the end of your hop-up bucking. This increases the air seal dramatically and gives you a lot more consistency. So to reassemble the chamber is pretty much the opposite of what you did. You just put the screws that you took out back in and make sure the BB catch isn't caught in there or anything, and just reassemble it. So this is what you should have after you're finished reassembling it. Now you're going to want to not do what I do. Do not do this. I tried putting the hop-up arm before I put it into the barrel. This obviously won't work because you can't slip it through the outer barrel with the hop-up adjustment arm on the hop-up chamber. So do not do that. I'm making sure that it's nice and sturdy here, even though it won't matter. Because now when I am clueless at this point. I try slipping it in, and I find out the hard way that I'm going to have to take it off and put it back on after I slip it right back through. So now that it's gone, you should be able to just slip it right on through your outer barrel. You want to make sure that it's all lined up for the installation of your chamber block or your support block. It's taking me a little bit for some reason. And there's our block that we're going to have to install. Make sure that spring's there. Now don't do what I'm about to do again. this hop-up adjustment arm or lever is causing a lot more trouble than it should have. I guess I just wasn't thinking straight. Because now that I put on the hop-up or the chamber block, I see that I cannot put the hop-up arm back on. So I have to make my work for myself, remove the block, and then put back on the arm or the hop-up adjustment lever. So now that everything's assembled, we can replace the barrel from where we removed it. Now we will have to replace that screw on the bottom of the receiver to make sure that our barrel is in place and sturdy. We will want to do the same for this top screw. Make sure that everything is nice and connected, almost as if it was one piece is what you want, because the more wiggle there is, the more allowance there is for error. Next thing we're going to do is replace the receiver and outer barrel and put it back into the stock. And then we are going to want to screw these two takedown screws back in. Unfortunately, this time I had the right hex key right next to me. One thing I always like to do after installation is to make sure that everything is working. First, check if it's loaded before doing that. That was not smart. Yeah, let's take time to appreciate the power that an airsoft gun can actually possess. I mean, this is a really cheap wood door, but that would hurt. It's shooting about 450, upwards of 450. So wouldn't want to be shot that close by a sniper rifle. This is only about maybe 8 feet. So yeah, that was not a smart move on my behalf, guys. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I disassembled and reassembled everything I needed to get the job done successfully. And it's now Teflon taped and ready to shoot pretty consistently, so I'm pretty happy. Everything still works just fine, so let's hope nothing else breaks. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. I'm probably going to try pumping out as many of these videos. I have about 8 upgrade parts, I think, if not less, to put in this thing, and hopefully make it a beast. So stay tuned for those videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video.